want to show you how we got here. Again, we all covered, I think, together the slow motion car wreck, if you will, that was the last 4 years under the former guy. But on this issue, on judges, he was laser focused from the beginning.
Mr. Trump, you're pro-life, but I want to ask you specifically, do you want the court, including the justices that you will name, to overturn Roe v. Wade, which includes, in fact, states a woman's right to abortion?
Well, if that would happen, because I am pro-life and I will be appointing pro-life judges, I would think that that will go back to the individual states.
But I'm asking you specifically, would you like to...
If they overturned it, it'll go back to the states.
But what I'm asking you, sir, is, do you want to see the court overturn? You just said you want to see the court protect the Second Amendment. Do you want to see the court overturn Roe v. Wade?
Well, if we put another 2 or perhaps 3 justices on, that's really what's going to be, that will happen. And that'll happen automatically, in my opinion, because I am putting pro-life justices on the court.
Do you think a 6-3 court with 3 of your picks on there, Mr. President, would potentially rule on a life issue, on a Roe issue?
It's certainly possible, and maybe they do it in a different way. Maybe they'd give it back to the states. You just don't know what's going to happen.
So, Aaron Haynes, obviously we all know that elections matter. This was the plan from the beginning, and it has to be, horrifying for activists that have worked on these issues for decades now to be in this place where Roe is perhaps more endangered than at any other point in our history since it's been law.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. Elections have consequences, and Republicans, not just the former president, but Republican voters who supported him were laser focused on this issue. And this was the thing that they wanted, and were willing to support the president to the exclusion of any other concerns that they may have had about him, anything that they may not have liked about him. If this was the thing that he could deliver for them as voters, they had his support, and he made it very clear. This was not a secret plan. It was very much on display every time he was asked about it, that this was going to be what he planned to do. And, my colleague Shefali Luthra has written summarizing what the implications of this potential case being heard next summer, that there are states that have already passed legislation saying that they would take action if Roe versus Wade was to be overturned, that they were prepared to move forward. And so, he certainly was prescient and delivered on his part, and states, a lot of these GOP-controlled states certainly seem prepared to carry through with their end of it, too.
Katie, I want to give you the last word, and I want to ask you to play this string forward. What is the best case scenario for, as I said, it's a 65% issue, people who care about reproductive freedoms in this country? What is the best case scenario if you don't want to see Roe v. Wade eroded?
Look, as the court will consider Mississippi's narrow abortion ban on 15 weeks, its decision will apply across the country. And to your guest's point, it will allow states to further restrict abortion. And so the best case scenario for people who are in favor of the protections on the right to abortion is a very narrow ruling in this case that upholds the central pedestal of Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood v. Casey, and the actual right to access an abortion before viability, and that won't let states come up with 50 different laws that are more restrictive than the current regime right now. But I will say there are states, including Governor Hutchinson in Arkansas, who just signed into law a restriction on all access to abortion. There is not an exception for rape or incest, period. So there are even more restrictive abortion laws that will be impacted by the court's decision related to this Mississippi law. So there's a lot on the table. There's a lot of ways that this can go. The best case scenario for those hoping to protect the right to abortion is an extremely narrow decision, or in fact, a decision straight upholding Planned Parenthood v. Casey and Roe v. Wade.
And what are the odds of that, Katie, if you had to look into a crystal ball?
If I had to eyeball it, looking at the 6-3 numbers, I would say it's unlikely. It's reading the tea leaves when there's only a pinch of tea in the cup, but it seems unlikely, especially given the fact that they decided to take up this case in what will be Justice Amy Coney Barrett's first full year as a Supreme Court justice on the bench. Sometimes the court keeps it a little quieter during the first year of a new Supreme Court justice, but the fact that they had 4 votes today to agree to take this case means they're interested in doing something remarkable about it.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.